Just get out of here.
It's probably a good thing. So
Thank God.
control
No.
the what? So he can control the conversation.
Oh yeah, no, he like it.
No, of course, I never like that. I want Tabby right here with me.
7%.
But, you know,
Oh, that's great.
you know what? So thank you for the
All right,
reminder.
the scripts are printed.
Thank you.
No calls,
This
no.
one on his
Nope,
birthday.
not yet.
This one's Zoe.
Yep, this one right there. You know this song is 11 minutes.
Yeah, we don't need the whole
Yeah,
word.
I know.
You got the scripts, and then check. You got the right screen up for the phone. Cause
Yeah.
they said the mayor is calling. No answer.
I don't.
That was at 12:03.
Look. No call.
Yeah, that is nothing.
Let me call the station.
I can call too, see if I show. Yep.
Yeah, okay.
I showed up.
Hang up, Justice, because I'm trying to see who's.
Okay, who that called? Oh,
That was all of us calling.
right, cause I called too.
That's the right number, so.
Okay.
Alright, I'm saving that.
No, well, yeah. Wait a minute.
Commercial? Yeah,
How much of commercial we got?
like 3 commercials, like 2 minutes.
Okay, yeah, fade out.
It's gonna be alright.
God told me to tell you, it's gonna be all right.
We got 3 commercials and then Black History Fact. If you don't want to do that, we just go right into what's going on.
If the mayor called, what's going on? If he don't come through, go to Black History.
Okay.
We got commercial song
A new luxury brand from
After
Black History.
Black History Fact is 3 commercials, and that's like 2 minutes. Well.
Order quiz today.
Go to beatquiz.com.
You got him.
Hi, 1390. How can I help you?
Hi, good afternoon. This is Mayor Brandon Johnson.
Hi, Mayor. Hold on one moment. Marcel will be with you, okay?
Okay.
All right, hold on one moment. Well, now I gotta bring up what's going on, so hold on.
Pull that birthday song up again.
I got it.
Don't wait until it's too late. Call 866-447-3344.
That's right. Call Secure Home and Automation today at 866-447-3344 and take control of your safety. That's 866-447-3344.
Get ready, Chicago. The Illinois Midwest Ecclesiastical Jurisdiction
Last night
Voters
too,
Meeting 2025 is
I woke up
here.
in the middle of the night. I think it's because of what I ate. I don't think it's because of working out.
Back on like
As they welcome Church of God in Christ presiding Bishop J. Drew
shield prepping and stuff like that.
Yeah, so when I got home, the first thing I did is I ate tons of chicken. We had some mole, we had some rice.
He turned it down some though.
It sounds like something that make you throw up though.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, I don't know if
20 seconds to the birthday song
Okay.
and what's going on.
No, what's going on then the birthday song?
What's going on then the birthday song?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I don't know. But
Where the
Might
microphone?
just ruin your whole.
You gotta put one on here.
I'll put one on
Ruin your whole meal prep.
10 seconds to what's going on.
And then right after my intro, play a little of the birthday song.
Okay. You want to speak first and then?
No. Just birthday song and then I'll speak.
Should have had the tambourine.
All right, fade this out.
All right. Go ahead, Marcel.
Well, I guess needs no introduction. He is the mayor of the greatest freaking city in the world. That's none other than Chicago, and that's Mayor Brandon Johnson. This isn't his first time joining us, and we're excited to have him back. And guess what, believers? It is his birthday. Happy birthday, Mayor Johnson.
Brother Marcel Jackson. Let me just say, Chicago by far, we are the most sanctified in the world. I appreciate the birthday wishes, man, and thank you for all that you do.
No, thank you, and thank you for taking time. I know you're very busy with all that you're doing in the city, and it's your birthday. You know, some of us, I won't say no names around here, they call off on their birthdays, but thank you for continuing to work, Mayor Johnson. Um, there's so much going on, but you know, we're gonna hop right in. You recently launched the Build Better Together initiative, aiming to drive inclusive economic growth that we have not really seen across Chicago's 77 communities. Can you elaborate on the key components of this strategy and how you envision it transforming historically disinvested neighborhoods on the South and Great West Side?
Yeah, thank you for that question. Really excited about this announcement. A year ago, we put forth a $1.25 billion investment bond that will steer the type of economic development, particularly in our neighborhoods on the west and south side of the city of Chicago, that we just quite frankly have not seen. It was also included in that effort was to ensure that we repopulate the city of Chicago, and again, particularly on the west and south side of the city. We want to do it all over. And today we announced and broke ground on one of our first projects. We're not just building affordable homes in our neighborhoods, we're also building them downtown. So we have an entire economic plan that includes all 77 neighborhoods, including downtown. As you know, Brother Jackson, after the pandemic, our economy shifted, and stores that were historically staples downtown were just not there. People did not come back to work because of remote work, and many stuck to that. And so what we've done is we have repurposed these old office spaces, and we're converting them into homes. And so
Wow.
the first project we literally broke ground on today, the Campari Group, a major investment in the LaSalle corridor, and this is just the beginning. We're gonna cut a ribbon in Auburn Gresham. We're doing things in the 21st Ward. We have a big project with the 1901 project on the west side of Chicago as well, just outside the United Center. But it's ultimately the goal is to repopulate the city of Chicago, and in particular on the west and south side of Chicago. Almost 4,000 affordable homes we built thus far, 1,800 that are under construction now. We'll have 4,600 more within the next 18 months. So we're moving with some expediency to ensure that the people of Chicago can afford to stay in this beloved city.
Well, I'm glad that you said that because, you know, sometimes the conversations are, you know, the mayor's only worried about the west and south sides, but you're showing that it's about all the communities of the city, and that's what makes this a great city. It's a melting pot. We have all different types of people living everywhere, but we want to be able to afford it. So that's good to hear. And I got to see on the news about that project in the LaSalle corridor. So that's amazing. So some people can move downtown if they want to.
That's absolutely right, Marcel. Look, we have many people who work downtown in various capacities, whether they're security guards, they clean the windows, they work in restaurants. And so just to give some perspective, the type of units that we're going to have at this location on 79 Western Road, those same units easily go for $2,000 and above. Those units in this particular building, this historic building, for a working family, they'll be able to, their rent will be about roughly $1,000.
Wow.
Right? So we're talking about half the cost of what those units historically have gone for. And again, 35% of those units will be affordable. That is my vision for the city of Chicago, to the point that you just articulated. Look, we have to make sure that we transform the whole of our city, but we also have to make sure that every part of the city respects the working class of the city. I certainly do, and that's why this initiative and its launch and announcement is so critical to the vitality of our beloved city.
Well, that is amazing. And so when we talk about housing and increasing housing in these communities, now we have to talk about economic development, right? That's job creation and business innovation. And so fostering job growth and encouraging business innovation is central to your economic development strategy. What steps is the city taking to support local entrepreneurs and attract new businesses to these diverse Chicago neighborhoods?
And thank you for that question. And listen, one of the things that I failed to mention, even with this particular project downtown, it also includes, commercial and retail space. So as a part of that effort, that $1.25 billion investment, we're prepared to help 525 businesses grow, expand, and or get started. And that's in multiple areas. Whether you are in hospitality or whether you're in culinary or whether you are in construction in the trades, this bond investment is there to actually help support these small businesses. One of the things that we're doing is encouraging, particularly those that are in the construction industry. Just one example is a part of our missing middle. We are already in phase one in North Lawndale, where we're building owner-occupied multi-units. 6 developers, 5 are black, 3 are women, 3 black women. These are construction companies, smaller businesses that don't have the full capacity of some of these larger spaces. But even, if you're not into construction and you're not building homes, our bond investment is designed to help individuals who are running daycares, individuals that are running mental health clinics and services. I mean, it's the whole gamut. We've invested in a program called the Good Food Fund. So individuals who want to start, storefront restaurants, again, bakeries, and those dollars are available to our business and economic and neighborhood development. And then we're also making it easier to do business. Marcel, you're a business leader. You know how arduous it can be to do business with the city of Chicago. So we have the Cut the Tape initiative, the Cut the Red Tape initiative to streamline the process. And we've already seen returns on that. Development that had historically taken 135 days or more, we've reduced that time already to under 80 days.
Okay, bye. I'll talk to you later.
No, not you, man. Sorry about that. We're listening. Keep going. I'm sorry.
Those elements, moving business faster with the Cut the Tape initiative through our BACB, I would encourage folks who are interested in starting a small business to go to our website, the BACB Business Affairs Consumer Protection. This is a space where you can actually make appointments online. A lot of stuff that you can do online without having to come downtown. We've actually created a system where you can find out how long it's going to take for you to see someone downtown, so that you don't just have to drive down here and just wait. So you can sign up online to visit someone within our BACB, and it'll tell you exactly your wait is going to be 20 minutes. Wait is going to be 30
Wow.
minutes. By the time you drive and get down here, you already know that you're next in line and you're just 5 minutes out. These are the things that we're doing to make it more convenient. The lifeblood of our community are our small businesses, and particularly within our community, Brother Axel Jackson, you know that small businesses have hired our people.
Yep.
It allows our dollars to recirculate within our communities. The more we can make doing business with the city of Chicago easier and faster, the more grants that we can make available for families. And we're going to release another round of grant recipients this year. I'll make sure you get this information to encourage people to apply. Some of these grants are available year-round. In some instances, how they do these things seasonal, and you got to apply at the right time. And we're cutting those processes out, making it more regularly available, so people who really want to follow their purpose and their desire, they want to multiply their talent, but what other people can benefit from, my administration is here to show up for you.
Well, that's amazing, because one of the issues is always we got to wait on the next grant. That may be another year before it happens. So do we put our business and our idea on hold And then on the flip side is, all right, we got this money, but we can't get the permits that we need, or it's taking too long. So that's good to hear that these things are changing under your administration. And
That's
so
revolutionary,
it
actually.
is.
Because as a business owner, it's been really a lot.
I want to mention this other point too, really quick, because you mentioned some frustrations. Sometimes people apply for these grants and they barely miss the opportunity. So in other words, they might have 2 or 3 components that they didn't quite show up in their application, and then they lose out. We're even funding those companies and small businesses that missed out. We're actually giving them funding to help better prepare their application.
Oh, wow.
We awarded 4 small businesses $150,000 just to help them with their proposal, so that when they apply the next time, they'll be in a better position.
Now listen, the $1,000 question is, now where do they apply for that at?
I'll make sure the guys so many different programs and websites. I'll be honest with you, I have to make sure I get that back to you so that you know exactly, your listeners will know exactly where they can go. If they go to our business, economic, and neighborhood development, if they go to that particular site within city government, they'll be able to find that information. But I want to make sure that your listeners can cut through the tape, literally and figuratively, to have a more direct line.
I love it. Now that's great news, and of course, I know oh so well about applying and not getting it, and getting it and not able to complete it, and all of that. So that's good to hear that your administration is not just smoke and mirrors, really trying to help people get businesses started and have opportunity to get this funded. So now we talked about housing. When we increase housing, we need the businesses so that we can shop and eat and do things in our community where we're getting this affordable housing. But now for those of us that have kids, we want to make sure we have quality education in our communities, and we don't have to send them to other neighborhoods. We should be able to send them. Now and that's the link between education and economic development. Now, how is your administration working to improve educational outcomes as a foundation for economic growth in Chicago's communities?
Yeah, and thank you for that question. As someone who has taught in our public schools, I'm the first mayor in the history of Chicago to actually send my children to the public schools in Chicago. I'm a beneficiary of public education as well. So it's important to me, and to be perfectly frank with you, one of the reasons why my oldest is a student at Kenwood is before I was mayor, this is the school that offered him the opportunity to play the violin. There wasn't a school on the west side that had a fully invested orchestra program, not to mention after school activities like soccer, right? And that's a shame. It shouldn't be that way, and that's why I released $300 million, almost $300 million, about $298 million of TIF surplus into our public schools to ensure that we have more funding. Now, look, we have a long way to go. The state of Illinois has increased its funding, but it's nowhere near where it needs to be. There was a recent study that just came out, a survey that came out today, I believe. In fact, that 70% of Illinoisans believe that we have to invest more in public education. In fact, the city of Chicago, we support our public schools with roughly about $1 billion of support in a variety of things, but it's just not enough. And one of the things that I'm counting on, I called CEO Martinez to my office, as well as the president of the Chicago Teachers Union, David Gates. About this contract, and we're a lot closer than we were a week ago, and I believe that we're really close to landing it. And one of the things that I've said that we have to have in this contract is that we have to expand sustainable community schools. Because to your point, Brother Jackson, children deserve to have the opportunity to go into the school that is closest to them. And sustainable community schools is a model to help grow that opportunity. I'll give you a really good example. Beisler Elementary School on the west side of Chicago. Rahm Emanuel was preparing to close that school. In fact, it was on the closing list. We kept that school open, made it a sustainable community school where community-based organizations work with the Board of Education to bring in partners and more resources to support the school. Now that school is one of your top-performing schools in the city of Chicago. Diane High School.
Yep.
Remember, that was the school where for 34 days children, when we invest in our schools, when we invest in our workforce, we produce champions. And I'm going to continue to do that. And sustainable community schools, small class sizes, and protecting our veteran experienced teachers who are overwhelmingly typically black women. That is how you build strong culture, strong communities through our education system. And that's what I expect out of this contract. And I feel pretty confident that we'll be able to land one real soon.
Well, I'm glad to hear that because I was going to ask what happened in that meeting, but you just made me think. We had Dr. Mildred Harris with us, and she talked about how she had 63 students in her classroom as a kindergarten teacher. And we know overcrowded classrooms in our community is a big issue. So that's good that your administration is working on that.
Yes, and it's actually amazing that you're working on that. But the expansion of universal pre-K, how is that impacting the community-based organizations, or have you all addressed that yet, or are you still in the process of?
Yeah, that's an excellent question. Look, I'm glad you highlighted that. Something I don't talk about a lot, but one of my first jobs in youth development was early childhood education. I worked in before and after school programs and worked with our school-age children, and those salaries are absolutely an embarrassment. At that time, I think I was making about $6.25 per hour.
You dating yourself, Mayor. You dating yourself.
It also is proof positive how much my wife loves me. Including that God had a plan for my life. I was married thinking that, that type of money. And unfortunately for too many of our child care facilities and, our families don't have enough affordable, quality early childhood education. And so to your question, we are looking at a pilot to expand wages for child care workers, because one of the ways in which we ensure that our children are getting quality early childhood education is you have to invest in the programming, and you have to invest in the professionals that are doing that work. There's a lot of work for us to do here. I'm going to really need 1390 listeners to help support this effort, because it also requires some state-supported intervention. But that work is happening. We are working to increase our early childhood education, have more teachers assistants to support our students in the classroom, even with smaller class sizes. You all know, and I know the 1390 family knows, that trauma in our communities is quite severe. In fact, when our military prepares for war, they send doctors to hospitals in our communities to prepare them for what they're going to experience in war, because the trauma that they're going to experience in the hospital on the west and south side of Chicago is akin to what they're going to experience in a war-torn country. That is something that we can't gloss over, and that's why early childhood education, having more affordable homes, again, 29,000 summer jobs available for our young people. I'm encouraging all of your listeners to apply. If you know anybody between the ages of 14 to 24, Mayor Johnson is hiring these young people, because that's how we build, a better, stronger, safer Chicago, by investing in our people, and that's exactly what I'm doing.
Awesome sauce. Well, the block grant that the city has set aside, and it's usually earmarked for community outreach in your community-based organizations, has that funding increased, stayed stagnant, or decreased?
It's a good question. So it's increased because we're able to spread it out over more organizations. In fact, we have an announcement. I apologize, I don't have it in front of me. I think we have an announcement of the next round of recipients. I think it's actually coming up on Monday. And then there's going to be more opportunities for those dollars. And it's kind of what Marcel was getting at. A lot of times, and I experienced this because I worked in youth development and running programs, and you spend all of your capital trying to put together this proposal and grant, and you're hoping that you're going to get funded, and you don't know if you're going to get funded year to year. It only comes up once a year. So we've created multiple opportunities for individuals to be able to apply for those community-based development grants. And again, I'll make sure that gets to you, so that you can make those announcements as regular as you wish.
Awesome. Well, it sounds like you getting ready to be the best mayor we ever had, huh? The best freaking mayor we ever had.
I'm deeply humbled, by this. I'm grateful to God for 49 years. I was in my family's text thread, and family's asking how I felt, and all I could think about was not only happy to be alive, but in my right mind. And you remember how we used to make fun of the old saints back in the day, and they would say stuff like that. You never really knew what they were saying, but you turn
Now we them.
And I'm glad to be in my right mind, and I'm grateful to God for this opportunity, and grateful to have a family around me, my wife and our children, that have stood strong with me during this moment.
Yeah.
And I'm incredibly humbled to be able to serve in this capacity for such beautiful people, obviously in the greatest frequency in the world, Chicago.
Well, Mayor, you said it, and those saints also used to say, all we got to do is to keep on and living, and you will understand. And you are living, man. You're celebrating your 49th birthday. So before we let you go, because I know you got a lot to do, what personal experiences or reflections have shaped your commitment to the initiatives that you are doing, and what legacy do you hope to leave for Chicago's future generations?
Well, one, I hope that the future generation will at least garner from my time as mayor that when you pursue the desires of your heart, you can never go wrong. And my heart's desire has always been around how we treat our young people. There's an adage that comes from the continent of Africa that when we would greet each other, we would ask, "How are the children?" Because our people have always known that if our children aren't well, then our society isn't either. And so when we ask about just being reflective in what I've garnered or learned in this, first 20 months, I remember we had a roundtable discussion with some young people, and I asked that very question: what else can we do? How do we get better? And this young person looked me in the face and she said, "Mayor, do more of what you're already doing." And that's just my reflection in this moment. We're building affordable homes. Let's do more. We're creating opportunities for our young people to have summer jobs and beyond. Let's do more. We've opened up free mental health clinics and providing mental health care services for folks. Let's do more of that. We're investing in our education system. Let's do more of that. And all that, as a result of all of that, this year we're down 20%, over 20% in violent crime is down in Chicago. A long way to go, but I want my legacy to be that we build a better, stronger city in Chicago and a more inclusive economy for working people, no matter who you are, where you live, and what your background is.
Well, Mayor, you have been doing an amazing job, contrary to the haters' belief, I'll say. But I'm glad that you take out the time to come on the Brunch Bunch to share, because sometimes there's just a disconnect in the dissemination of the information. And we just want to make sure that people know what you're doing, what you got going on. And listen, Facebook showed a memory 2 years ago today. I think it was 2 years ago, we were getting ready to celebrate your election win, and your hair was a little darker.
When they go into politics one way, they come out another way.
I said, man, he looked a little younger. But look, you look a little older, but you're a little slimmer these days, too.
You don't have to take that. You don't have to take that, Mayor. You clap back.
I would, but I'm going to be nice today. I'm going to show the people of 1390 that I actually really am saved.
Well, I know we're going to dedicate this next song to you. I know you can say, like, the First Church of Deliverance, that God has been good to you. And thank you for all that you do, Mayor Johnson.
Happy birthday. You too.
All right, believers, listen, it's no easy task to be in any leadership position, but when you are running the greatest freaking city in the world, you got to know it's nobody but God that keeps you. You know what?
He should coin that, and he should talk to India Rios.
I've already told the trademark, and I'm going to sell it to him. But, he said something. You know what the old saints used to say? I'm just glad to be in my right mind. And I want to encourage you guys, because it doesn't matter how young or old you are. Sometimes life be life.
Life be life.
And the people around you in your life will cause you to have to look around and say, God, what is happening? But you know what I sat on the side of my bed this morning and said? I had babies.
Going back to bed.
Now, look, I had babies crying in one room. Valencia wasn't feeling so great in the other room. And I was beginning to say, God, why? And I said, you know what, God? I just thank you that I'm in my right mind.
There you go.
Because you know what? Somebody didn't wake up with a mind to thank God. And you know what? No matter how hard it may be or seem, He's still been good to you. It's First Church of Deliverance right here on the Brunch Bunch.
What you need?
Lord Jesus.
He's been good to you, Tammy. Give me a hug.
I knew you was just...
Not that great. I think MJ stole my quiz.
Little baby?
Yeah.
Oh.
He be like, spray me, so I spray from that time. I went to grab it today, and I'm like, Valencia, where the cologne? She said, your baby.
Get rid of them kids right now.
No. I said,
You
please,
all right,
fine.
too?
It wasn't that much
No.
left.
Not at all.
But you know what? You're going to be okay. He's been good. I know. The enemy sends those closest to you because he know it'll affect you. Hey, welcome.
How are you doing? I haven't even been afterwards, so I'm on my work uniform.
Oh, that's
I'm
okay.
sorry about that.
Everybody.
But I got mine.
What's up, Pop?
How's it going?
What's up, man?
Tammy.
Good to see you
I
again.
have Dan with
Yeah.
Hey.
Tammy, this is her father.
This is my father. He's the one that's doing it for. He's the reason why.
Hey, I'm hanging with
Marcel,
Abby.
you want in the raw, just go straight into it.
You could drop in the raw and we'll go into it.
Okay.
This is Tammy's in the raw, RB.
Yeah. Shot call.
All right, well, good to see you again.
I'm a shot caller now.
That's a shot call. Oh, Daddy. Have a seat.
Brother Michael Benton.
Yeah.
Adam, this your favorite song? Gospel song? Yes, it is. He's a genius. Oh, yeah, okay, this your favorite. I don't hear you singing He's a Genius, though. Every time this come on, you sing this.
Yeah, I sing with Kevin Ross.
I'm going with you.
Listen, I said, I'm going alone. What is happening here? And I'm like, but you know what? I had to remind myself that the enemy can't get to us because we're so strong. And he'll send some outside people that don't affect us. He uses those closest to knock us off our surface. Don't get knocked off this one. Let me get some. I love cashew. You can turn that down some, Zoe. These come out that room. Oh, Adam, I like one. And look.
So do I not go live on here and sing it?
That mean you don't want to be on camera?
Oh, I see.
So what about adding to the stage?
Okay, gotcha.
Now, if you want to go live on your own page, I got to.
Tina talking about hot flashes and all. God's been good.
Okay. Yeah, if I can go live, that'll be good too.
Yeah.
Wherever you are, call ELS Pros Tax Office today. 773-887.
How much time do we have, Zoe?
To schedule your
I've been good, thank you. How have you been?
Good, I won't complain.
That's a song, right?
I won't complain.
We have one more commercial in 45 seconds.
Trusted, experienced, and here to serve you.
Okay, so I can. Okay, cool. Thank you so much.
Suddenly your phone alerts you. Someone's at your door. Would you rather be caught off guard or be in control?
DJ B-Lo said, you're beautiful, my girlfriend, and he can't even see you.
That let you know. You just saying something.
No, he know you're beautiful.
20 seconds.
He said, Ray Charles could see that you're beautiful.
Thank you, DJ B-Lo.
447-3344.
That's right. Call Secure Home and Automation today at 866-447-3344.
Oh,
5 seconds to end the round.
Adam, I'm going to introduce you to my sister. No.
And the hits just keep on coming. We are super excited.
Welcome back.
Robbie and Ahmad Smith of R&B Pest Solutions to the Brunch Bunch, this time with a very special guest, their father and the founder of the company, Mr. Michael Benton. When we talk about legacy businesses, this is what you want. You want to put on your checks and on everything that you send out. 135 years in business, and you can't do it without the founder and the successors being in the business. So as a family-run business, R&B Pest Solutions has become a powerhouse in the pest control industry, with Robbie and Ahmad carrying on their father's legacy while breaking new grounds. Today, we will dive into the importance of Black-owned businesses, building generational wealth, and passing down knowledge through family. And we might mention Forbes another time as well. So we want to give a big Brunch Bunch welcome back to our friends over
Welcome.
R&B Pest Solutions. Now,
you know, you guys are veterans here at the brunch, but Dad,
Yes.
you a newbie.
Yeah.
Not a newbie to your business, but a newbie to us. So we definitely are excited to have you. What made you start this wonderful company?
One day, my wife, I gotta hand it to her. Bless her for her. She's not here with us today. Bless her for her, but she the one asked a guy. She worked at a 4750 South Cottage Grove years ago. Back then, I think that was 79.
Yeah, I was born.
And my wife used to work next door to a pest control store, and she went in there and asked the owner where he hired her husband, and that's how it started.
Wow.
What was that company's name?
Aberdeen Pest Control.
Wow.
Black-owned company, and we had a lot of them back in the days, man. I don't know, they just faded away.
Mm-hmm. So your wife said she wanted to help level you up, put some money in your pocket so you can get some of that money.
Oh, yeah.
And got you that job.
Baby,
Well, you know, the Bible says that a woman can bring you to the Lord. She brought you to your job and the Lord.
Yes.
I would have never thought about this pest control.
Yes,
Wow.
and that's why it was so important for me to have him come up here, because he was able to bring the approach of Black businesses back in the day that was in the heart of the community that faded away and things like that. And so some of the children either didn't continue it on and things like that. So I just wanted him to bring his perspective to Black businesses and legacy.
That's good. So Robbie, before we keep going, I do want to say that I had the opportunity to meet your father this past Friday, because Robbie was honored as a 2025 Chicago Defender Woman of Excellence.
So grateful.
But that's a testament to the legacy and the groundwork that your father laid for you to continue and get all of these great accolades. So you deserve it. Robbie, what was it like growing up with a father who built his own business? And when did you realize you wanted to carry on the legacy?
You know, I was one of them in the neighborhood where my daddy was an entrepreneur and a hustler before it was a thing to be.
Mm-hmm.
So it was kind of frowned upon. We would see him. I would be on the bus and my dad would get on the bus with cigarettes, lights, hats, and stuff like that. And I'd be like, oh my God. And he'd like, that's my dad. And like, you lying. But he taught me the value of $1. He taught me to wake up every day and you have to, you know, you eat what you kill, you know, and things like that. And so as a result of that, I was able, and he was big, they were big on education. So that's why when Alpha got all the degrees and things like that, but the entrepreneur and hustler spirit has always been in me, and I've been able to take it everywhere I go.
Hustle hard.
Yes.
Well, what are some of the key lessons about entrepreneurship and perseverance that Michael has passed down to both of you? Now, you mentioned one, the hustle component. Mm-hmm. And listen, let me tell you something. You can have all the education in the world. If you don't have a hustle, you just have degrees on the wall, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And sometimes people that don't have education to back them, that hustle carries them to the top.
Yes. And that's why RB Pest Solutions, I think, is growing and doing what it was supposed to do, because we have the old school, new school marriage together. I still have the old school traditions on how to treat my customer, viral referrals and things like that. But then now we have the new school approach with artificial intelligence and IT. And so when you merge the two together, it is a perfect marriage, because these people today, they're entrepreneurs, but they lack a lot of just the foundational traditional ways of waking up, being there every day at the same time, making sure your customer is happy. Those are the old school things on how to do business. So when you merge that with the new school approach, I think RB Pest Solutions has something great to offer.
Robbie, can you say being there at the same time every day again? So for the people in the balcony.
Yes. I mean, your word is your everything. If 8 o'clock is your business hours, 8 to 5 is your business hours. If you say this is what's included in the package, stand by that. If you made a mistake, you honor that. You make it right with your customer. Your customer comes first.
Don't
especially
argue
Black
with the
businesses.
customer. Yeah.
Especially Black businesses. If you have on your door that you have a certain opening time, you better open before that time.
Man, that's so important.
They're gonna drag you on social media.
They are, and it's those little things that we miss out on, because I think people think entrepreneurship is freedom, and that's the complete opposite. I work 24 hours a day. My 9 to 5, I like that, because at 5 I can go home and not have to worry about it
and have a life.
Right? So it's like now you have to make sure that everything is what it is, and you have to embrace the. I seen a quote yesterday that says, you know, don't avoid the rain, just learn how to dance in it, because because that's the part of entrepreneurship. You're going to have your ups and downs, and you got to learn how to lean into it.
Listen, I can count the days that I've said, I'm just going to get a job.
Yeah.
I'm just going to go get a job, get some good benefits, and leave you. Oh, never mind. It's $13.90.
Well, you know what? I'm glad you said that, and I'm glad that we're talking about that, because once, when I first opened my first school, I was outside sweeping, and one of my parents came out and said, "I like the fact that you're out here cleaning up." I said, "Yes, but I'm really contemplating on getting a job." I said, "So I came to sweep so that I could formulate this whole plan." She said, "Well, you know what? That energy that you would take to first seek the job and then go and be at that job, you can put into your business."
Yes.
And then decades later,
Yes.
here we are.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, it's the introduction of these forgotten about trades for me. I was never supposed to be an exterminator. Come from a white collar background. I did all of my job. My work was on the inside at an established company already, right?
Yeah.
And I was just gonna work my way through the channels. But when Mike introduced it to me, like, this is one of those things where I will never do anything else for the rest of my life. You know what I mean? It shaped and shifted the trajectory of my life and my family's life, right? And it's the same with like being a carpenter, an electrician, because everybody ain't gonna be LeBron, right? And everybody ain't gonna grow up in a fortunate seat like Bronny.
Absolutely.
So if the jump shot ain't gonna get you paid, and you know, if it ain't the football, if it's not music or entertainment like that, then you still have to support your family, man.
These rats and roaches ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
They survive. The rats survive like
they're not going anywhere.
Listen,
right?
These rodents have survived the test of time.
Yes.
They'll be here when you're gone.
Something as small as an ant. Like, people, they dismiss these tiny little rodents, right? Because we concentrating on the rats and the possums and stuff. But ants will take you out.
Oh my goodness.
And ants in Jamaica, they call termites ants.
Ooh.
And baby, let me tell you.
Don't get me started.
Don't get me started. So what strategies have you guys used to ensure that R&B Pest Solutions stays successful, continues to grow from not just your generation to yours, but from yours to your children?
And now grandchildren.
Yes.
Oh,
I have grandchildren.
I'm so happy. You know what? I am modeling and I'm setting up this company for sale. Now, does that necessarily mean that, you know, I want to sell it? No. But I think in our culture, when you open up a business or ownership, people think, oh, you selling out if you sell it here, you do. No, the goal is to make it as attractive as possible so people want to buy into it. And so I'm trying to set it up a succession plan. So in the event that once I'm dead and gone, if my girls, if they decide to want to sit on the board or act as just the CEO or just have shares in it, not because they don't have to go into pest control, but I set the foundation hoping that they learned a lot along the way. So whatever path it takes them on, they'll have this to fall back on. And so whatever they choose to do with it's on them, but I'm setting it up as a full succession plan.
Well, I'm sure they're going to go into the business because they're already in the real estate game.
Yes.
And the more houses they sell, the more customers they're going to have for pest control. They smart young lady.
Yes.
Brother Mike, sitting here, and sometimes in our community, oftentimes than not, we don't have succession plans for our businesses, or we don't get to see the next generation take it and be able to watch it grow. How has that been, watching your son and daughter here and their kids take what you started and just blow it up?
Well, you bring a tear to my eyes because I can go back.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of your kids and stuff, they don't want to do, follow behind me.
Mm-hmm.
So it was amazing when she said, okay, Dad, you know, and I got a chance to sit at the table, man. I mean, I feel real good because it was a hustle and bustling in this job.
Yeah.
You know, the new jacks came in.
The new jacks.
Like the Orkin, the Smithereens, and the Terminexes and stuff. And I'm just telling it like it is. They shot us down.
Yeah.
They, you know, they just shot us down, and a lot of us had to do what we had to do. So my thing is that they came to my rescue. So this could have faded away too.
Mm-hmm.
And today I'm proud.
I love you, Daddy.
I don't know what to say, man.
Wow.
You know,
I love you so much.
I'm a part of something. Though I thought I wasn't going to never be a part of anything, you know, because I'm from the old school. I've seen it and done it and stuff like that. I feel good. She asked me to come on here today, and I feel real good because once upon a time we wasn't a part of this.
Yes.
You know, we wasn't.
No.
Our generation wasn't at all, you know, so.
That's
I'm
amazing.
thankful. I'm thankful, man. I am. Michael, you got me.
Yeah.
I say, wow.
You got tissue right. Because I feel good. I feel good, man.
But just piggybacking off of that, Dad, why is generational wealth so important for Black families? Because you said we weren't a part of this. We've historically been left out of the generational wealth building components. But why do you feel that Black families especially should play a role in creating lasting financial stability, and particularly in this climate, this political climate?
But then like I said, when I was coming up, they didn't mention generational wealth. We didn't know nothing about generational wealth. You understand what I'm saying? I'm just really hearing it. Generational wealth, you know, that pass it on to one person, to another person, to another family member. Like I said, our generation now they don't want to do what their parents and all they doing is just sitting back waiting.
For your parents to die and you're in the collecting hair.
Instead of, excuse me, I'm sorry for even bringing it
I
up
know,
like
listen,
that,
oh,
man.
wait. There's a few people in the audience like, oh, my kids, you know, but.
Looking at them sideways.
Or everybody wants to be their own boss, and we throw boss and entrepreneur around again like it's freedom. And it does allot you a certain amount of freedom, but also what it takes. The things that we're trying to do as a community may not happen overnight. So a mom, myself, and my dad is here to send the message that, you know, we're laying the foundation. The company I'm trying to take this to, I may not be alive to see it, but if I just put brick by brick up and give my family an opportunity so that my grandchildren can say, okay, my grandma set the foundation. My great grandma set the foundation. You can Google RB Pest Solutions and see what we've done. Back in the day, you couldn't Google. We have to do ancestry now. But now it's so important to document these memories and be on shows like this to say, this can happen and we are enough and we can create our own tables. And we can benefit from it. Pest control, janitorial work, cleaning solutions, trades. And you're speaking to a professor, so I'm all about education. But these trades are multi-billion-dollar trades. And if people show us how to get certified in them and how to make money and lasting careers for our families, we'll be in a good place.
You said a message right there.
And see, another thing is that we just didn't know. I didn't know it was a Black Wall Street. You know, it took. I mean, I should have been knowing that coming up through the years. But, you know, they started shooting it back out there because they kept that a hush hush.
Oh, yeah. But they don't want you. By design. They don't want us to know, but I tell young people now, whatever you want to know is at your fingertips. Right
at that thumb.
Not at the generation where they hid the history from you. We have every resource we need to find the history, find out what. I'm not a master, double master, triple master degree entrepreneur. Actually, a very successful entrepreneur called me yesterday. That's doing 10 times better than I am and asked me for help. And she was like, well, where did you learn this? I said, from 21 years of trial and error. And I failed and I failed and I failed again, but I never gave up. And, you know, I started out when Yahoo was a thing. We didn't have Google, but I had the internet and Yahoo helped me. So, you know, to hear Dad say he didn't have the roadmap, he created one. And to hear you say, I'm following the roadmap my father started, and now I'm expanding this map for the future generations to build generational wealth is amazing. Now, we heard the history, and I know Brother Amon come on here every time and got something good for the listeners. And we want to make sure that y'all know what I mean by we are supporting RB Pest Solutions and not the other guys. Because we got to support our own, especially when they do great work. And RB Pest Solutions, everybody I've sent has called me back and thanked me. for sending them over because you do
Thank
great
God.
work. So what you got for the listeners listening right now?
I do not come to the brunch bunch empty-handed. I got something for everybody that's listening to my voice right now.
What you got?
But before I get to the giveaway, right?
Mm-hmm.
I want to piggyback on what Mike just said about having a seat at their table now. That is so important because for many years he worked, worked hard.
Mm-hmm.
Every exterminator that has some longevity in this industry knows Michael Benton, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he had to been doing something right. But to not have a seat at the table and for us to be able to have that seat at the table right now means everything. So we play with a chip on our shoulder. When we go into these beer wars, we are coming to win. And we're playing with a chip on our shoulder, man. We're fighting for what was done to him in the past.
Thank you.
Right?
Cement
We're
that
reshaping
whenever
that
you get
and what that
on.
looks like. And how that story began is not how it's going to end.
That's
Okay.
it.
Right. Okay.
So now, the brunch bunch. Listen, y'all. It's time for them ants to start crawling around. All of the flying insects about to start getting busy.
They've been busy.
So we're going to throw out, I got $59 hollers for anybody that calls in and say the brunch bunch.
$59
$59 hollers. We're going to treat exterior only.
Okay.
We're going to take care of your ants and all flying insects at your property. I don't care if it's a single family house, if it's a 2-flat, a 3-flat. I don't care what it is. Call in and say that you're a member of the brunch bunch, and we got a $59.
I'm a member of the brunch bunch.
Okay.
Now, Robbie,
312-217-9605. That number is 312-217-9605. Call in and say that you're with the brunch bunch. $59 holler right now.
When you said that, Rob was like,
okay,
wow,
$59.
Because you never discussed this prior.
He never did.
And let the office know.
Sometimes you just got to do it on the fly.
You got to let the Lord use you.
You got to let him use you.
So listen, believers, I don't know where else you're going to get that. Listen, you got 2, 3 from me right now. So count me down. Tammy.
I got 4.
And a possible. Sound like we playing space.
Right, yeah.
All you got to do is call 312-217-9605. 312-217-9605. Let them know that you heard them on the brunch bunch and get that $59 holler. Because if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. So treat your homes now because trust me, y'all going to be looking for all the little tricks on Google when them ants start coming up in your house. Baking soda, sugar, blow gas on your windowsill. I don't know. All the stuff that... Stop listening to TikTok and call RB.
That's right.
Yes.
Listen, Robbie, Amon, Brother Mike, in 30 seconds, give us a closing remark.
I'm blessed.
I'm blessed.
Listen.
That was 30 seconds.
That was
30 seconds. That was
you know what? You can come speak anytime. Robbie and Amon, thank you for...
Thank you all.
Amon, thank you for trusting your wife.
Oh.
To continue the legacy of her father.
For sure.
Because, you know, that takes a lot too. That takes a lot. So kudos to you, black man. And Robbie, thank you for supporting, uplifting, and continuing the legacy of your father and keeping him involved and a seat at the table.
Absolutely.
And don't forget to call that number 312-217-9605. The reason I'm really pressing this is because I've had some exterminators and I have some now. But I had an exterminator charge me $300 just to do the exterior of my house. So you best know I'm getting ready to get
and it was worth the $300.
No one. Let
me ask you, look, is there a square footage maximum on this deal? Because some people may have houses.
Somebody go
Y'all call me. I don't care if it's a mansion, and you say that you're with the brunch bunch. You getting that?
All right.
All right, rich folks. But listen, you know what else you about to get?
Take advantage.
You about to get us out of here. We out of time. We're never out of content. In the spirit of the late great Reverend Clay Evans, no matter what you're going through, go home tonight, get in your bed, and pull the covers over your shoulders and go to sleep because angels are watching over you.
Yes.
Jamara Fell on the air. I love you.
Action Jackson, I love you.
Believers, we love you. Baby Eminem, we love you too. We out.
That was excellent.
Thank you all. Thank you all. Sad you emotional.
That's a profit right there.
You're emotional.
Wait, I'm texting that number now.
Take that expensive
Make
equipment.
sure y'all book y'all.
100.3.
Yes, I understand.
iHeartRadio app. Listen for all your music, radio,
That's
and
at
podcasts.
the one on the computer is at 27 right now.
That's the wrong number.
312-217. That's the number. No, that's it.
Now 605. Oh Lord.
Jesse Clay? No, that's not anybody.
Is it people calling y'all and
People
it's
are
going to
calling
voicemail?
in, so it's but it shouldn't do that.
Yeah, it should have a.
But it sounds like it's so many calls coming in.
The wireless customer you are calling is not available.
Oh goodness!
Please try again
Am you got the phones blowing up?
Please try.
Wait a minute.
So it's just not going through. These people going in line up. Right, you like.